Hello, it's time to log the user in. Okay, to log the user in we need to use sessions. Okay, we use sessions to log to work with the login system. Okay, to work with the session, first thing that you need to do is start this session at the top of the page. I'm gonna write session underscore start. You need to do this. You need to add this session underscore start on all the pages on your website. Okay, on all the pages of your websites. You just it will be good if you add this in a file like connect.php, and you add connect.php in all your pages. Okay, now let's add this in connect.php. Open. Okay, I'm adding this in here, session underscore start. Now whenever you add connect.php, session will be started, but session underscore start will not work until you assign the session array a value. Session is a basically global variable. You can unless you add a value to session variable, it will not trigger. Session underscore start will not run. Okay, now I'm gonna show you how to add value to session variable. Session variable, or so some people say sessional array, or some people say session variable. I'm just saying variable. If you add a value to session variable, then session underscore start that I did in connect.php will trigger, that will run. Okay, you need to add that on every file where you want sign in user to go. Okay, so let's start. Now it's time to add the value to session variable. Just like dollar underscore post and dollar underscore get, we use dollar underscore session. Dollar underscore session. Okay, in here you need to enter whatever you want. Okay, you can add email, you can add ID of the user, you can add the password, but I am using email. Okay, any field in your database, you can all the fields, email, password, date, you can use any field as a sessional that identifies the user. Email identifies the user. Okay, ID identifies the user, but not the name, because many users can have the same name. Okay, it's good if you add email or ID. Most websites and most good developers and professionals use ID, and you can also use email, because we are not allowing any other user to have the same email. Okay, email will also be unique for all users, that's why I'm using email, but you can use ID if you like. Is equal to email that we got from the user here. Okay, now when this will run, that session underscore start that we added in the connect.php will be run. Okay, will be running after reading this, and session will be started. Okay, user is logs in. Okay, when this line executes, user will be logged in. Okay, now we just need to move him to another page, like on Facebook. When we logged in, we move to home.php. in the newsfeed, you can see newsfeed is the home.php page. We move to home.php page, and when we click on our name, we go to our profile.php page, where there is our timeline. Okay, all this work is done in the session. Okay, if our session destroys, we cannot go to our timeline, we cannot edit our settings, we cannot do anything. Okay, so this function is very important. This assignment is very important for logging the user in. Just what you need to do, just add session underscore start at the top of the page. I did that in the connect.php, because we need to add that in on every page where we want user to go. Okay, and just where you want to start the session, just write this is just, you need to write once. Okay, in the login.php, you don't need to add this on every page. Okay, you just need to add once on the login.php. When this line runs, user logs in. Okay, so now what we need to do, we need to move user somewhere, like Facebook does. When we click on login, we go to our news feed, and just like on Twitter, when we logged in, we go to some other page. Now we need to move user somewhere. I'm gonna move the user. We use header function to move the user on some other page. I'm gonna use header location, and I'm gonna write profile.php. This page does not exist right now. Okay, this page does not exist right now, but we will make this page now. Okay, we are actually, when user logs in, we are moving the user to profile.php. Now let's create this page. Profile.php. Okay, this page is created. We need to add our important files, these two files. Because maybe we need our functions on this page, and we will need our connection to our database on this page. Okay, in this page I'm gonna say, okay, let me create another function. For example, you want to check if user logged in or not. How you can know if user logged in or not? You can check by creating a function logged in, and we will check if session is started. If session is started, then logged in function will return 0 or true, or otherwise it will return false. Okay, this function is very awesome function that I'm gonna create now, so pay attention. Function logged in. Okay, it takes no parameter. Okay, I'm gonna say f is set $_session email. I'm just saying that if session is started. This line is just saying that if session is started. Okay, that in other words, or in simple words, it is saying that if user is logged in, then return true. Else return false. Okay, now we can use this function anywhere on our website. Just add this functions.php on that file, and you can use all these two functions. Okay, now in profile.php I'm gonna use if logged in, that we created the function. If user is logged in, then I'm gonna say echo you are logged in, and in the else part I'm gonna say you are not logged in. Okay, so currently we are not logged in. Okay, currently we are not logged in. I'm just going to profile.php and see what it says. It says you are not logged in. We are not logged in. Okay, so now let's log in. Let me check what this email address is registered. So let me write email at, let's see what it does. Login. You are logged in. See how it works. This is awesome. So we are logging in. Now it's time to create logout button. When we click on logout, we want to log out to login.php page. Okay, we will do that in the next video. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you in the next video.